morning, everybody. It is day 22 of the 31 Baby Steps FlyLady series. I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I had to take some time off. We had some things going on in the house. As you all know, my mother-in-law is moving in with us, and we had a very crazy week with trying to get the movers to get her stuff and then get everything here, get a shed here to put everything in and all of that stuff. And it was just honestly complete chaos and really stressful time, so I took some time off. But because I took some time off, things got behind. So, but I know the FlyLady says you're not behind if you miss a day, just pick right back up where you left off. So that's what I'm going to do. So we are on day 22, and today's extra step that you're going to be doing is creating your control journal. So this is going to be fun to do. I've done this before, but that was for another house. I haven't done one yet for this house. So in fact, that was another marriage ago. So quite a bit of the information's changed. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of creating a control journal. It may not be exactly how she does it, but it doesn't matter. She says, don't let your perfectionism get in your way of making your control journal. So anyway, that's the activity we're going to do today. But first, you need to get dressed to lace up shoes. I've gotten dressed to lace up shoes. Let me show you my shoes. All right, there's my purple laces, and just like I told you, I'm behind. I got laundry on the floor, so there you go. All right, and then we're going to do our morning routines. The first thing that we're going to do is make the bed. And here is my bed before. I've got some clothes that I was going to wear today and changed my mind. Yes, I didn't lay out my clothes the night before last night. Okay, and this is the after. I made the bed, and I put those clothes and hung them up into the closet. That's the reason why it took a little bit more minutes. But we're ready. We got our bed made, so we're ready to start the day. Now time to check on our shiny sink. All right, so like I said, I've been behind. We actually made a big dinner last night, so that's the reason why the sink isn't shiny and have dishes in here. So yeah, we're gonna get this taken care of today though. And we do have a clean full dishwasher of dishes. So I'm going to unload these. The next thing to do is to grab a load of laundry. I have not even grabbed the laundry that's around the rooms yet. And I even have a load of shorts that are clean that I haven't even done anything with. So I'm just being completely honest with y'all. Whenever I said I took some time off, I took some time off. And still have some even in the bathroom. So I'm going to gather all these up, divide them up, and get a load in the washer. I got 2 loads, lights and darks. The darks win. They've got more in it, plus I need my workout clothes for today. So those go in my darks. So I'm going to wash this load of darks and get them in the washing machine. I think I said dishwasher before. Washing machine. I got my load in the dishwasher. I keep calling it a dishwasher. I got my load in the washing machine. I'm going to set my timer and get these in about an hour. And then change them over to the dryer. So set your timer, do your load of laundry. A load a day keeps Mount Washmore away. Okay guys, this is my hot spot again for today. I know what you're thinking. Stop checking your mail so you stop having stuff on here. I know, it's a problem. But I'm going to go through this to set your timer for 2 minutes and conquer a hot spot and see what you can get done in just 2 minutes. 2 minutes are up. The pile to the right is my trash. The pile to the left is shred. And this is actually my daughter, so I'm putting that in the stack for whenever she comes pick up her mail. And this is what is left. So I still have some more to go, but we'll get that tomorrow. So set your timer for 2 minutes and see what you can get accomplished on your hot spot. All right, everybody, it is day 2 of this fun little eBay room of mine. Another 5-minute room rescue. So set your timer for 5 minutes and see what you can get accomplished. All right, I did make some progress this time, though. I see empty floor finally. Yeah. Okay, so I pulled out from the rubble my bags that I had that's got my shipping materials in it. So I have one for just strictly bubble wrap stuff, one for my paper stuff, and I've started a second one that's got bubble wrap and those big bubble package things in it too. So that takes care of that. And so as I found things, I've added them to it. So basically I have 2 bags of plastic wrap, so that's cool. I stacked these back up as best I can for right now. These are my post office boxes that I get from the post office. I'm using Xander's tracks because it's a heavy bin to keep them propped up for right now. I just think that's probably going to work for me for now until I get a better organized system. I had this before and they collapsed because Xander started playing with the tracks and stuff like that. But I think if I continue with it, it should get me almost to the wall right there. So I think it will work in the long run. So that is my hope anyway. So I got those stacked back up. I still have these to add to that pile. And then I need to go through the rest of this stuff. But this is what I got accomplished so far. And I found some of Xander's tracks lying around, so I put them there. Picked up some of my poly envelopes that were just kind of stacked everywhere and have them stacked up here now. So I'm getting them flattened back out and in order. This box here that I had some of the packaging material in, like I said, I put that to the bags that I had. So now this is empty to hold some of my shipping materials. Right now I just have tape in it, but I'll add more to that as well. Found another post office box that was just sitting here that was already opened up and taped up. So I was able to fit it into the other one. So now that's only going to take up the space of one box. I'll continue doing that if I see any more, but I think that was it as far as those go. So that's what I got done in 5 minutes. So set your timer for 5 minutes. See what you can do in your room that you're trying to rescue back. I'm trying to rescue back my eBay room so I can get my eBay business back up and running. I will talk to you all later. Hope you accomplished a lot in your 5 minutes. All right, so as part of the KonMari process, you go through a lot of things in your house. One of which is this box here. So this box here was just full with picture frames that I'd been collecting to do a gallery wall with. These I ended up not using for that one in particular, but I'm going to go through these and decide which picture frames I'm going to keep, as well as take some of the pictures out of them because some of the pictures were in them too that I obviously want to keep the pictures. So, because those I'll go through at the very end of the KonMari process, which is whenever you go through your memory stuff, is what I call it. But anyway, I'm going to go through these and decide which picture frames I'm going to keep and which ones I'm not. And this is going to be part of my decluttering for the day, so it's definitely going to take less than 15 minutes, I would hope anyway. But that's what I'm doing today. So set your timer for 15 minutes and see what you can get decluttered. Okay, it only took me 5 minutes to go through that, so it just goes to show you think something takes forever, so you set it aside and you put it off forever, only to find out it really didn't take that long. So out of what I went through, I did keep some things besides pictures. But I actually only kept one picture frame, oddly enough. So I did get a little distracted by all the pictures and things that were in here. But this picture frame here, I know I'll use at some point in time in the house. I just haven't found a good spot for it. And of course the picture in it also. So I just haven't found a spot for it yet in the house. But I will. And I want to. So it's a long story on that one. But that is the one picture frame I'm keeping. All of these I have a good little box now that's going to go to donations, and I'll add more things to it obviously before I take it, but that is a good start there. So that's what we got, and it only took 5 minutes. So now I've got some more time to declutter, and I'm going to start with my craft supplies now. That's going to be a little harder, but I think it's time to do it. Thought I was recording earlier and somehow I wasn't. So I filmed this opening of all this, but now it's already open. But basically this one was sealed shut, so I literally have not seen this one in 3 years. The one below it I know I've opened around Christmas time last year. So And opening this up, just starting out, I already can see some things that I'm not going to want, like these little stencil-y things. I just hardly even use them as scrapbooking. Xander, calm it down, buddy. Sorry about that. But there's stickers underneath, and I know that's going to be a little bit harder for me to go through. So let me just start with this and see where I get. Okay, I am done with my first 10 minutes. So these were the ones I was looking for. These I put in the center of those flowers in my other video to make my hair clips. So I'm very glad I found those. So I'm keeping those. These I also can use for hair clips. So I kept 2 for regular hair clips with alligator clips. 2 of these as well. And then 1 of these I put on a hair clip that you can kind of put half your hair up. And I put little flowers in the middle of all those too. So, and then this I found that I didn't even know I had. But I'm keeping 1 of these. This came in like a set of 5 or something. So I'm keeping 1 of them for myself because I have, you know, chains that I can attach this to. And it's cool to have something festive for the patriotic holidays. So keeping that. I'm also keeping some of these clips. I did mention in my video whenever I was going through my craft supply, or not craft supplies, office supplies, that I liked, you know, colorful clips and things. So I found those. And then these are little paper clips that have little sayings on them. So that I also really like. So I'm keeping those and adding those to my office supply stash. And then these are just some containers that I've emptied as I've gone through some things. So that's empty. This is little circle guide thing. I really don't know what they are, but I had a Creative Memories, which is what these are, lot that I sold on eBay a long time ago, and I didn't even know I owned some Creative Memories stuff myself. So it's that, and then this also is good for journaling spots, and I think that I might be able to sell that as well on eBay. So I'm going to look those up and see if they're going to be worth it. If not, I'll donate them. If so, then I'll list them. Alright, so this is basically the stash of things that I don't want myself, although as I've been going through them, I'm sitting there thinking that I could at least do a lot stash on eBay and kind of group them according to what they are. So a lot of these are charms and jewelry making things and stuff like that, so I may just lot them all in there. Regular paper clips, those are going to get donated, I already know. And then there's a few other odds and ends like wire and things, and again those stencil things that I didn't want. Because they're just like Walmart brand stuff. They weren't anything of good quality there. And then I found these little rose gold thingamajiggies that will also go in that other stash. And then this is the rest of those things I just showed you that I'm going to use for hair barrettes. These I won't need, because I'm not going to keep in excess. There's no need to do that. And then I have some like floral things. So those are probably just going to get donated. Floral wire kind of things. So... and then the other things I'm going to want. But right now, this is what I got so far. Alright, so all in just 10 minutes. And here's the box so far of what I have left to go through. So still quite a bit to go through. I'm currently going through this box of stuff. This is where most of my jewelry making stuff is. In fact, it is labeled Jewelry and Charms. So, and so far everything's been in there pretty well. The way that I left it. I did put a pretty good dent in here for just 10 minutes. So a little bit goes a long way. Right, so the darts are now washed, so I'm going to go ahead and put these away. Alright, all the laundry is put up, so I'm going to move these hangers out of the way, and they'll be ready for tomorrow's load. So get a load done each day. You will be thankful. Your laundry will never pile up again. Alright, so today we are going to go over the making of your control journal. So we've been doing some morning routines and we've been doing some evening routines, and now we're going to make our official control journal. So the way that I find it is I just go into the search thing on the FlyLady's website, flylady.net, and type in control journal. Okay, so when you type in control journal, it's going to bring up searches here, and there may be a better way of getting to it than I'm doing, but I'm just going to go off of this. Okay, so whenever you go in here, you get to this one that says Flying Lesson, Build Your Own Control Journal. And I'm just going to make this easy for you. I'm going to click on this, and then I'll put this website that's here in the description of the video. So if you want to get to this part of the FlyLady's website easier, just click on the link below. Alright, so building your own control journal. She talks about all the different things. You can use a notebook, a binder, even a scrapbook. It doesn't matter. You may even want to divide it into 2 or more books, one that you leave at home or one that you take with you. FlyLady uses a notebook with plastic sheet protector, so she uses a dry erase marker to check off the completed items. She also color codes each section and the zones so they are easy to find. Make your journal special for you. Think of it as a positive thing. FlyLady has a zippered pouch for family pictures. She also carries stamps, post-it notes, change, paper clips, money, her credit cards, driver's license, library cards, etc. in the pouch. On the back side of the FlyLady's journal, she has phone numbers for her husband in case of an emergency and a very special poem that her husband read to her. You cannot build a control journal overnight. It takes a while, and even when you think it is done, you will find that you may change your routines once in a while to make them better and more efficient. Go slow, build a control journal that works for you. There are 15 steps to help you build your own control journal. Work on only one at a time. They don't necessarily need to be done in the order given. Work on the section that interests you today. If the idea of creating a control journal is overwhelming, you don't worry. FlyLady has built one for fly babies that you can buy in the fly shop, which is actually no longer available, so that's not even applicable because I clicked on the link already and it didn't work. Okay, so here's the 15 steps to building your control journal. One of the things I really like is this detailed cleaning list. Those that have seen some of my other videos saw that I basically took these items here and I cut them up and put them in like a little, I don't know, rectangular container, and I just pull out a task to do. And that's how I kind of do my detailed cleaning. But, you know, there's other ways of doing that too. They're just keeping the list and things like that. But I like it for whenever I don't have a lot of time to clean. I'll just pick something out real quick and I'll do that. So at least feel like I accomplished something. But anyway, the detailed cleaning list you're not even supposed to get to until you're done decluttering anyway. So really the thing that we need to start with is step 1. So dig out your supplies. So we click on that. Step 1, dig out your supplies. The first thing you need to do is dig out a bunch of supplies to build your control journal with, and you already have on hand. Things that you may want to include is a notebook or binder. I use a binder for mine. White or colored paper, you choose. I actually use notebook paper for mine. Blank dividers. ABC dividers for addresses and phone numbers. Monthly dividers for seasonal reminders such as birthdays and when to change the furnace filter. Excuse me, I needed to sneeze. Sheet protectors, not the matte finish unless you already have some. They are hard to erase. Dry erase markers in your favorite color. Some kind of calendar for your schedule. A small notepad for making lists or post-it notes, a zippered pouch for stamps, paper clips, pens, and other small items. Once you have your supplies, you're ready to move on to step 2. Okay, so for my control journal, I use a notebook. So I'm basically taking what I did with my control journal before. I'm getting rid of all of it again because it was for a previous house, previous life, previous everything. And I'm going to make it fresh and anew. I was using a little bitty notebook and just writing down my routines and doing it that way. But I did like the fact that I used the sheet protector idea so you could check things off and erase them. I really love that idea. So I'm going to be doing that again. This time around with my control journal. So let me show you what I use. Okay, so one of the first things you need are your little post-it notes that have your morning routine and your evening routine that you've done before. For some reason, my evening routine kept getting wet, so I had to rewrite mine. And I actually just got to the point I memorized it, honestly. And most of you probably are at that point as well. So I have that. This is a blue notebook. Blue's my favorite color, so that's why I choose to use it with that. And then I have notebook paper in here, and then I have sheet protectors in the back. Okay, now let me gather up my other supplies. All right, so this is what I have starting out. I've got my notebook, or my binder with the notebook paper and sheet protectors, along with my missions I've already written down. I have dividers, which I also have another pack if I need another pack. I have my clear, like, pencil pouch type thing, which you can actually get a pencil pouch that fits in there, which I had one, but I, for some reason, cannot find it right now. So instead, I'm going to use this and just stick it in the pocket for now. And then I have a regular pen that I'm going to use, and then my dry erase marker to check things off. I also have my label maker. This is totally optional, but it's just because I like things to look neat on my dividers these days, because I found out that you can actually make them look really nice. And so I like grabbing my label maker when it's something like this. That's one thing Alejandra got me into. If you've ever watched her YouTube channel, alejandra.tv. And then I have Sharpies. I don't know if I'm going to use them for anything, but I have them out and they make me happy, so I've got them for this project as well. Now, I know this lists a lot more things than I just showed you that I use, but honestly, I never got to the point where I was using all of these things, and so that's the reason why I only got what I needed. And it's part of that whole just get what you need kind of thing. So it is your own control journal. You do what you want. So if you feel like you want all these things for your control journal, feel free to do so. I like to keep it simple because if I make it too complicated, I won't use it. So now that we've got our supplies, we can move on to step 2. Step 2, basic setup. Okay, I'm going to give you specific instructions for putting together your control journal up to a point. I want this to be your control journal, not mine. This is very personal. There are the dividers for your control journal. As you progress through the 15 steps, you will gradually fill each section of your control journal. Remember, baby steps and keep it simple. Daily routines and reminders. This is where you list all of your daily routines. Morning routine, afternoon routine, before bed routine. So basically that would be a divider. Basic weekly plan. This is where you put your weekly appointments with yourself. If you don't know what a basic weekly plan is, visit the basic weekly plan section in the flying lesson for routines. For this section, you'll need a sheet of paper labeled for each day of the week. So we'll go over that when we get to that divider. Menus and grocery list. This is where you'll plan for your menus for the week, as well as your grocery list you'll need for each meal. Address book. This is a section for contact information of friends, family, businesses you use, etc. Personal section. This is where your happiness file and things about you go. Emergency numbers, doctors, police department, schools, etc. Then have some additional dividers for your own personal sections. Now you're ready to move on to step 3. So before we do that though, I need to make my sections. Okay, so I have my dividers here, daily routines and reminders, basic weekly plan, menu and grocery list, address book, happiness file, and emergency numbers. And that one's crooked and it's driving me crazy, but there you go. So get your dividers ready and we can move on to step 3. Alright, control journal, step 3, before bed routine. Your control journal mission for today is to write down your before bed routine. If you want to start after dinner, then go right ahead. Put this routine on a yellow piece of paper if you have it. If not, don't worry about it. Pam and Peggy had yellow for their daily cards. It looks bright and cheery in your control journal. The before bed routine is the key to jump starting tomorrow. We've kind of already talked about that. This is just an example of how the before bed routine is used as a checklist to make sure everything is done and make the morning run smooth. Use this as a guide to help you develop your routines. FlyLady's example of her before bed routine is listed in the routines flying lesson. Remember, you are not expected to follow this routine step by step. You have to adapt FlyLady's routines for you and your family. If you can't do everything listed in FlyLady's before bed routine, then just list 3 things. Shine your sink, lay out clothes for tomorrow, and brush your teeth. And basically that's what I have, except I have check calendar as well. Now if you did want to know what hers is, we'll click here and we'll go look, because I'm curious. Her before bed routine is clean up the house, before you go to bed. So living room, pick up and put away things. Kitchen, clean up and shine sink. Lay out clean dishcloth, run the dishwasher. Dining room entrance, clear the hot spots. Review checklist to be sure nothing has been forgotten. Think about tomorrow before you go to bed. Check your calendar and or planner for appointments. Start a to-do list for tomorrow. Think, what can I do tonight? That will make tomorrow morning easier. Gather up items that you don't want to forget and place them in a spot by the door that you'll see before you walk out. Make sure, which she calls that her launch pad, by the way. Make sure the children have their things put away. Start breakfast, set the table and plan for what's for breakfast. Just make a mental note. If you plan to use the slow cooker for dinner tomorrow, get some of the ingredients ready so they can just be thrown together in the morning. Lay out your clothes for tomorrow. It's a simple thing that saves time by being decisive. If something needs to be ironed or has a spot, you can deal with it calmly or choose something else. Take it to the cleaners, launder it, fix that missing button according to your schedule. No pressure. All the stress has been relieved. Focus on yourself before going to bed. Cool down time. Get yourself ready for bed. Brush your teeth, wash your face, and comb your hair. Take vitamins and other meds. Bath time. Take a bubble bath or a warm shower. Put on your bed clothes if you wear them. Now you're ready for bed. Reflect on today's accomplishments. Write in your journal, make a ta-da accomplishment list, or write in a gratitude journal. Read for fun, to your children or spouse, listen to music, it doesn't matter what kind, just relax, pray or meditate. Snuggle in for the night and turn out the lights. Go to bed at a decent time, preferably the same time every night. Fall asleep with a smile on your face and in your heart. Does that seem like a lot to you? Don't fret, just start small. Do these 3 things, then build upon to create your full-blown before bed routine. Shine your sink, lay out your clothes and put away other clothes. Brush your teeth. So there we go. So that is her before bed routine, which we are nowhere near that. So please do not do all of that. We're just going to start simple with what we've got, what we've been doing all along in this whole thing, which I have shine your sink and load the dishwasher. Pick out clothes. Check your calendar, which actually I need to have that in an opposite order. You should check your calendar first to know what clothes to pick out. Brush your teeth, and then go to bed at a decent hour. So I'm going to put that down for my evening routine, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, so I have my evening routine. I wrote it down on a piece of notebook paper, and now it is in a sheet protector. So I put down from my evening routine, shine sink, change dishcloth, and load the dishwasher, because she was a little bit more specific on her stuff, so I decided to do that as well. Check your calendar and weather, because I always check both to see how I need to dress for the next day. Pick out clothes for tomorrow, brush your teeth, and then go to bed at a decent hour, which I have is 10 p.m. for me. Normally I go to bed before that, but no later than 10, unless it's a weekend. So there you go. So get your evening routine ready. And I did just want to show you all how this works. So it's in a sheet protector, which is kind of like a dry erase board in a way. So say I'm working on my routine, then I finished this one. So I would just cross it off my list. Or if you prefer, you can do like a little check mark in the side to know that you crossed it off. Okay. I actually do like the check mark better. I thought I would like it the other way. But anyway, and then whenever it's the next day and you're getting ready to do this stuff again, you just take your paper towel and wipe it clean. And it comes right off. So if you ever have a time where you forgot, like you skipped a couple of days or something and you're getting back to your routines, if you do a little bit of Windex or water, it will help it come off. You just may have to scrub a little bit harder. And I will say, I wouldn't pick red for your dry erase marker. It's a lot harder to get off for some reason. Any of the other colors did fine, but I've used red before, and it is a nightmare to get off. So, just so you know, just giving you some tips along the way. All right, so now let's get on to step 4. All right, step 4 is the morning routine. Today I want you to write down your morning routine and add it to your control journal under the daily section. These routines are the foundation of the whole system. If you leave them out, you will never sprout your wings to fly. An example of a FlyLady's morning routine can be found in the routine's flying lesson. Use this as an example and adapt it to fit your needs of your family. Routines give our day the structure that we need. Some members had developed noon routines, get home from school or work routines. I have a morning, a late afternoon, and a before bed routine. Pam and Peggy have a morning routine, an early afternoon work routine, and a before bed routine. This is all up to you. Eventually you will have these in your head and they will become as automatic as walking. The secret is to do one step at a time. Having it written down helps, even if you can't do it all. Start with one habit and build upon that by adding another one to practice. Soon you'll be flying on autopilot. These are some afternoon routines you can use as additional examples. So an early afternoon routine would be eat lunch, clean up dishes, make business phone calls, check email. An after school routine would be empty backpack or briefcase, make snacks, help with homework, finish laundry. Late afternoon routine, this is my afternoon routine. I'm setting a relaxing tone for my sweet darling. I start at 4:30 to 5 o'clock most afternoons. You can do this for yourself if you like. This helps you to calm down after a hard day of work or play. Set dinner tables, start dinner, light candles, put on some nice music, pick up a couple of hot spots. Once you have your morning routine planned, you're ready for step 5. And we will go into her morning routine, so let's take a look at what she does. Her morning routine, this is her full morning routine. It took her several months to work up to the full-blown morning routine. I did most of the things, but they were not automatic. Now they are. Look at the way I move around the house, starting with getting dressed. As I move from room to room, I'm finished with most of it. Then I check to see if I have missed anything on my list. I realize this may seem like a lot, but if you do your before bed routine, this part is a piece of cake. All you are really doing is getting dressed and sprucing up the bathroom, going into the kitchen, taking care of yourself. The morning routine is broken down into 4 parts. Rise and shine. Make your bed as soon as you get out of it, unless someone is still in it. Go into the bathroom, shine and clean it while you're there. Fix your hair and face. Swish the toilet and leave the room, never to return until later. It is clean, and you can forget about it now. So basically she's saying swish and swipe. Okay. Leave your bedroom with a load of laundry in hand and go straight to the washer. The kitchen. If you did your before bed routine, the kitchen is clean and all you need to do is empty the dishwasher. Make coffee or tea and start breakfast. Feed the critters. Feed the family, including yourself. Think about your day. Check your calendar. Make your to-do list. Plan something for dinner. Review your checkbook and bring down the balance. Reboot the laundry. Put it in the dryer. Hit the hot spots if you did the before bed routine. There won't be any. Now think about yourself. Take vitamins and medication. Sit down and relax for a moment. Eat breakfast if you haven't already. Morning meditation. Reward yourself with some computer time. Check your email and favorite websites. And then we're going to get into the FlyLady's basic weekly plan. But that's how her morning routine is. So far what we have for our morning routine is getting dressed to shoes, emptying our dishwasher, doing a 2-minute hot spot, or doing a 27 fling boogie or 5-minute room rescue, do a swish and swipe, and a 15-minute declutter. And I have the swish and swipe on there, but we haven't even done that yet. But I know it's part of the morning routine, so I'm going to add it anyway, even though I know it's still a couple of days before we introduce that part. Alright, so I'm going to get my morning routine written up, and I'm going to show you what I end up with in just a few moments. Okay, I also remembered when I was doing my morning routine that I forgot to add to my evening routine to take my medicine before bed. Because if we're writing down when we take our medicines, that's what I'm going to do. I have medicine before bed and in the morning, so here we go. So here is my morning routine. Get dressed to shoes, make your bed, do a load of laundry, empty the dishwasher, what's for dinner, which we haven't talked about that in a while because my husband cooks, so I forget to even do that, but that should be part of your morning routine at this point. Swish and swipe, which we haven't done yet, but we will, so I just went ahead and put it on here so I don't have to redo it when we add that piece. And then take my medicine. I have to take blood pressure medicine in the morning. Then after work routine, so some of this stuff I do get done in the morning, but sometimes I don't get done with it until the afternoon. So I have my 2-minute hotspot, my 27 fling boogie or 5-minute room rescue, my 15 minutes decluttering, and if I have anything left to finish up on my laundry, I'll do that as well for my after work routine. So there you go. That's my routines. And we're all set up. I did do different colors for each one. So that one's like a light purple. This is a pink and a blue for my evening routine. So I thought it was cool to do it that way. So anyway, do it however you want to. It is your control journal. Personalize it the best you can to make it all work out for yourself and have fun doing it. All right. Nice shiny sink. Got my towel sitting out for tomorrow. And the dishes are washing. They'll be done soon. All right, so tomorrow it's going to be a little rainy. So anytime it rains, I like to wear long sleeves because it gets chilly in the house. So I'm maybe wearing my blue floral top with my long sleeve blue sweater. Got my dark blue jeans and socks and underwears, and I've got my lace-up shoes ready to go. So pick out your clothes for tomorrow. All right, everybody. I hope you brushed your teeth. All right, nice pearly whites again today. So today we did our control journal, or at least we started our control journal. We did the first, I think it was 4 steps of it. There's still more steps to do, but the point was to at least get it started, to stop procrastinating on getting that started. Now, we have all of these little post-it notes sitting around our house, and you're probably wondering, well, now that all that stuff's in my control journal, can I just get rid of the post-it notes? Well, my answer to that would be yes and no. So if you're a person that gets sidetracked very easily, then no. Keep the post-it notes up to remind you. If you're someone that you're like one of those that likes a list and wants to check it off, that kind of thing, then having it in your control journal may be better for you. So in that case, you can probably get rid of your post-it notes. But it really just depends on where you are in this process and how you're feeling about it. So only you can really answer that with the yes or no, but there's not a wrong way of doing it. Just like everything in the FlyLady system, there's no wrong way. That's one of the reasons why I love this system so much. So if it works for you to have it in a control journal, then have it in the control journal only. If it works for you to have the post-it reminders, then have the post-it reminders. But you need to at least have a control journal so that way you can keep track of everything. It's a way to make sure that you're not forgetting things and a way to keep you accountable for it. Because you're going to go in there and you're going to see that, oh, yesterday I didn't mark everything off. So you're going to know that, well, I hate to say that you're behind, but you're going to know that you didn't get everything done. So that means put a little more extra effort into today to get everything done, or the next day to get everything done, depending on when it is in the day and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, y'all are doing great. This was day 22, so we will move on to tomorrow, to day 23. So make sure that you're getting to bed at a decent hour, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.